Hey.
Hi. Hello. And welcome to the Partner Panel. Okay, they should hear us now. All right. I don't know. Why are you looking at me like that, bro? I'm just trying to make sure.
J-Pie warning.
Yes, J-Pie warning. Hello. How is everybody? Welcome.
Chad, Odo, how we doing?
Yo, here we are. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to do one little thing. Oops. Bam. All right, we got it. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. So, welcome everybody to the next episode of the Fault Partner Panel. Got an amazing cast as always, joined here by more live chickens. We're going to talk about the free weekend. We're going to talk actually a little bit about patch 14. I'm actually very excited to go into these conversations here. I feel like they're going to get a little bit spicy. And then we're going to go over some more stuff. So as usual, let's go over the cast. Let's start with chickens, then Mangoose, then Bearded, and then myself, if we could in that specific order. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Go ahead, Chicken.
Hello, my name is More Live Chickens. I stream on Twitch at night, 9 p.m. Alaska time, because that's where I'm at, is in Alaska. And then stream for a little bit. And that's it, like Monday through Friday. I don't stream on the weekends. And I'm here because I like Fault. I play a lot of Fault.
I see. Appreciate you being here, Brad.
So that's not a green screen behind you. That's actually
you mad.
It's actually just my window.
That's it, bro.
I'm just looking out my window right here, so.
I can't, bruh. Yo, and then if we could, Mangoose, you're the one and only.
What's up, everybody on the Mangoose? You were awesome. Love playing me some Richter. He ain't quite what he used to be after the patch, but I'm still enjoying him.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. The slower hook definitely is a big rip on Richter.
It's not that it's
with
slow,
everything.
it's that he sometimes whips it over his head like a lasso and then shoots it off this way. And it's like,
is he doing that now?
yes,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've got some images of it.
All right.
Yeah, I saw a bug.
I want to see him.
Yeah, I saw a bug that's hopefully being worked on as we speak, right? But I saw a bug where Richter targeted the person. It was dead center target. All you saw was the hook went hella to the left, like 5 feet to the left, and the person still got pulled. It was just like a visual glitch. The hook still worked intended, but it was just like, woo, got him. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch, bro? I was like, yo, this man's cracked. So hopefully that's something that's being worked on currently, right? At least it was a visual bug as opposed to a game breaking bug. You feel me? Like the hook wouldn't land or something. But, with every patch, bugs happen. We'll get into that here in a moment. Bearded, introduce yourself.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the Bearded Wolverine, your Michigan wonder, and also far partner. I'm having a great time playing Murdock with my master skin going on, but let's talk more about 14.
I hate him. He just had to throw it out there. He just had to throw it out there. He's like, yeah, got that master Murdock, Yeah. But congratulations.
Master Sparrow, though.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? You both have master carry skins. I don't. Which is sad, bro. I got on, I was like, damn, bro, I got like gold and diamond throughout the board, not a single master skin. I get way too bored of playing one character. Rip fucking me, bro. But
that's a good thing.
Yeah, diversity isn't bad.
Because I'm just bad at the other ones. That's why I play Murdock. So my other one that I have the higher amount of skins with is Grim.
Really? That's a shock to me. What the hell? But
what tier are you on, Grim?
I think I'm silver.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. I got a silver Grim too. But welcome, everybody. Hey man, you will get there. I promise. You'll get there. Maybe you just need to stop playing Murdock. Then you might get there. I feel that. I 100% feel that. What's up, everybody?
Wait till
I am
comes out.
Oh, when it comes out,
no.
My next master. That'll be the
Negative.
next master.
Not even going to talk about Reddit today. But yo, I am WinduTheMace, aka Windu. I make YouTube content, Twitch content, and we host these lovely Fault Partner panels on Twitch and Bearded's channel. Follow that if you want to catch these live. We do post them on YouTube after the fact and in podcast form as well. But there's actually a couple things that we're going to talk about here. And one of the first ones that we're going to mention is the fact that Fault officially started their free-to-play weekend as of 1 p.m. today, December 17th. Eastern Standard Time, yes. Now, we haven't fully got into it. We haven't even been a full 12 hours into free weekend, right? It's been like 7 or whatever. But what do you guys feel about this free weekend? You think it was a good choice? Do you think it's going to be successful? Are you weary about it? I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, it was definitely a good choice. I'm really glad to see them doing a free weekend, because I mean they've needed to for a long time. The game, like I've said a million times, like people tried out Fault in the beginning, didn't like it, but a lot of the things they didn't like hit registration feedback, being able to queue abilities, stuff like that has been fixed. It's been fixed for a very, very long time. So the stuff that they didn't like about Fault, it's better now. So I love that they're having a free weekend to try and pull some of those players back and try and pull in some newer players. Personally, I think they should have done this in patch 13, like when Fault was at its absolute premium best, as far as I'm concerned. After the patch, you got some optimization issues and quite a few bugs that'll come with any patch, but they could have had this free weekend free of a vast majority of the bugs and with great optimization and everything. I think I'm glad they're doing it. I just, hindsight 2020, they should have done it a month ago.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to make a bigger bang.
Either a month ago, or if you wanted to do it because of the stuff that comes with this patch, AI mode, mastery skins, then fine. I think you should have waited. I do think free to play a weekend is a great play on their part. I think the timing is bad. With this optimization, like I know not everybody's being affected. Like Windu, you're not really being affected by it. Although I did watch a little bit of your clips, and you went from your 112 and dropped right down to 60. That's a decent FPS drop. That's so sure. I'm going from 60 to 2, which we're pretty much doing the same leg drops. You're just not noticing it as much because you're at a high.
Because I stay above 60 always.
Yeah. Right. So so it's still affecting even you, but you just don't see it as well. I see it pretty hard, and it's just not it optimization needs to fix. I know Espada has said that they're currently working on one. They're getting ready to push one out soon. I don't know what that means. It's subjective, could be anything, but like they're trying to push one out. I hope they push one out within this weekend, so then everybody that has tried the free version can see what it can actually be like and how. I hope it's a good patch where we're not having these issues. But
yeah, so I know things like Twitch drops and all that, like that's coordinated several weeks in advance, maybe even months, right? So maybe it could be a conflict of having it ready, releasing it, and then already having a scheduled Twitch drop, free weekend event and whatnot would seem. Because like if they would have dropped patch 14 a week earlier and had 2 weeks of data and 2 weeks of time to put in a patch, I think that would have been a lot better. I don't disagree that there should have been an optimization update before the free weekend. I'm kind of bummed that it hasn't actually happened already, but I don't know. Like you said, I am also of the vast, like, I don't even know if it's a minority, right? I'm just in the group of individuals that has not really been too affected because my system already performs at a very, very high level. Like I did unlimited frames, and while walking around the map, I'm at about like 180 on all epic settings. And I have my dips and everything, but regardless of those dips, I'm always above 60. So that's probably why I don't notice it, because at least bare minimum, I'm always at 60. But I know I'm also not the case. Like I have a computer that only runs Fault and nothing else. Hell, even if I'm running Spotify or whatever, that's on a separate computer. So I know I'm not in that group. But let me ask you guys, do you think free weekend equals retention? And let's start with Chickens because he's a little quiet.
Yeah, I think I don't think it equals retention. I think it's just advertising. I mean, to be fair, that's all the free weekend is it's, hey, come try our game for the weekend. It's literally just
why can't it not be both then?
Well, because they have to go and buy the game, and if they don't like it, they're not going to. I think there might be some player retention. I think the patch itself is what's going to lead to player retention. Is the improvements that the game makes is what leads to the player retention, not so much just a free weekend.
But I think the free weekend does add retention because the fact that I know I have friends that have been waiting to play it, right? They don't want to purchase it just yet, and because they don't know how they're going to feel about it. So the free weekend is going to give them that ability to play it, and then once you're going to have the people who don't like it, and that's okay. Yep, I tried it. It's not for me. Move on. No skin off our back, right? But you're going to have those people who are going to be like, play it. Like, dude, this is nice. It does have some, it has rough edges, but we need, but the team, you see, they're working on it, Like we went first, as soon as they dropped 14, it was just over 2 hours later, they put out a quick fix. The team's working on stuff, then they put out 14.1, bug fixes and balances. And, I know they're working on optimization patch, and then we're going to get 14.2 eventually, like the team's working on making the improvements. So I do believe that it's going to have retention. Yes.
You know what's crazy? And just a quick little shout out to Old Guy Plays in the chat. He said, I think demographic matters, who they're going for. Like college kids going home for the holidays and want something to play. He does mention that $10 is a deal. He gave more as a tip for lunch than $10. So that's a big point. Like, I think that part, the price reduction, which we haven't really gone into, but I'll show on the screen here in the meantime, right? I think that price reduction is even bigger than the free weekend because it's a permanent price reduction. Free weekend is cool, but if you enjoy it after the free weekend, you only have to pay $10, not 20. That is massive, bro.
I think that's going to lead to player retention more than just the free weekend itself.
How many games have you played and you're like, nah, I wouldn't pay $20 for it? And then as soon as it goes on sale for 10, you're like, yeah, you know what? That game's worth 10. For $10, I'll get some hours out of it. You feel me? Like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, I'll be real. It could be Overwatch. It could be Call of Duty. It's like, damn, bro, I'm gonna have to pay $60 for that full game. Free weekend, $42.99. All right, let me get my debit card real quick. All right, like you feel me? Like a discounted price. It's just like, there are people out there that enjoy, like they literally only buy it if it's on sale. You know how many people have said to me, I'd buy it if it was on sale. Like, even if the game will be free to play eventually, when people see a sale, they're like, yo, that's a steal. I get that full game for only $9.99. Yo, get me in. Like my father, like I'll tell you, if my father was a gamer, he would hop all over this fucking deal. He's the type that it's like, yo, that's a $300 jacket. Is that 40% off? 300? Damn, son, I'm gonna have to buy that jacket. That's 40% off. That's a good deal. Like, there's people that are like that.
But would your dad, hold on, but would your dad buy that jacket though? Yeah, it's $300 and it's 40% off. But if you knew that jacket was going to be free in time, we don't know exactly the time, but we know it's going to be free in time, would you still buy it?
And that's where needs come in. Unstated and stated needs. It's a sales thing. Because at the end of the day, if you need a game to play, and if you're looking for a game to play, like arguably the demographic are people that are looking on Steam for a game to play. That's what the whole free weekend is about, right? If the need is there, if you need a jacket because it's cold, you'll buy the jacket. You feel me? It's just about selling the value of the jacket and, within the reference that we're talking about. But if you already have a jacket, like if you already have a main game that you're playing, you already have something that you're grinding. Let's say Destiny 2, for example. At that point, it might not be worth for an individual. It might be better. I'm going to get it when it's free, or I'll play it during free weekends. So I could totally see why people might not jump on the sale, right? But if for individual, like I feel like there's a lot of individuals that have been waiting in the 3D mobile market and have been waiting for a Paragon remake of the sorts, right? But the $20 was holding them off. $10 might not be enough of a reason to try it, and a free weekend might be enough of an experience to help sell them on the $10. Excuse me.
No, definitely. Yeah, no, it's the fact that they tied those two together is perfect. They put a free weekend right when they dropped the price. Here you go. If it's something you like and you want to continue playing, because it's going to be that little bit of a tease, right? You're going to play it. And you're like, oh man, that was fun. I wish I could play it again. You know, the free weekend's over with. What do I do now? Like, okay, go buy it. You know, it's $10, you know, a little bit easier to buy instead of 20, you know, but it's a good marketing strategy right there. I just, again, go back to the timing.
Yeah. And
a free weekend.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's going to be a barometer for how the game's going to perform in the future. Because their peak, whenever they first released the game, was 2,900 players, around that. You would think with a free weekend that it would be much higher than that. But so far, we have not seen anywhere near those numbers. That concerns me quite a bit.
Yeah, but that's just lack of advertising, and that's totally their fault. Because you could have a taco stand and have a day where you're giving free tacos, but if nobody knows where the fuck your taco stand is, and nobody knows that you're doing a free taco day, you're gonna give out a total of 3 fucking tacos all day. You feel me?
Okay, yeah, but like I said when we were talking before the show, the YouTube video announcing the early access, the free access weekend had 21,000 views, and 300 people were playing earlier. Like, that's what I can't math. That's 20,900 or 20,700 people that saw that it was going to be free and decided not to play it.
Well, you also have to think about what else is going on this weekend. We got Witcher Season 2. We got Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, there's a lot of things going on this weekend that people have been really waiting for.
No, I think they just dropped the ball on timing. Actual time. Because if they would have said free weekend on this day, 1 p.m., they would have seen a spike as of a specific time. But since they didn't give a time, like, I'll be real with you. Let's just consider the fact how many people had to work today but wanted to play the game, or how many people are working right now but had to play the game, but want to play the game. I think them not giving a time led to improper scheduling, because if you know it was going to come out at 1 p.m., you could have scheduled to get off work early. You could have scheduled to have the whole day off, but nobody wants to schedule a whole day off to start playing the free weekend at 9 p.m. at night. If there is no time, you can't coordinate properly. So I think you're actually going to see more players on Saturday because it's going to be less of a risk. Because I'll be real. If I had to schedule off, I would definitely not call out of work if I didn't know what time the free weekend started. I wouldn't call off work. I would have said, you know what? Unfortunate. It might start at 5. It might start at noon. I don't fucking know. I'm just going to wait till Saturday. That's when I'll get to play, when I wake up.
I'm real curious to see what their numbers reach this weekend, because if it doesn't go over their initial 2,900, I think that's terrible.
Really? I my personal goal for them, I was like, yo, if they reach over 1,000, I'll consider it a success, because at that point they're tripling their player base at a current event.
Yeah, their current player base is shit. It's terrible. It's not good. If they triple that, it's just more not good. They need to reach new heights. If the game is free, like, they had 2,900 people play it when they had to pay for it. If the game comes out for free, and like I said, 21,000 people saw, at least 21,000 people saw that it was going to be free, and then they decide not to play it, and they can't get over those numbers, that's some writing on the wall that you cannot fucking ignore. Now, with that being said, we don't know what those numbers are going to be. Maybe they do pop up to like 5,000, 6,000 players with this free weekend. I certainly hope they do. Because Fault is a much better, much more improved game than it was when they first released. And I want more people to experience that. And if they did experience that, they would truly enjoy Fault and see it for what it is, a good game. It would stop being like the punching bag for everybody in the other communities. But if they can't get over those numbers, that means everybody, even the para refugee community, has just completely abandoned Fault if they can't get over those their initial numbers for a paid early access with a free weekend.
You know, it's crazy. I just saw somebody in the chat mentioning, shout out to Menace, mentioning that they're noticing more console players asking for an opportunity at the free weekend than PC players.
Well,
because even yeah, like
that forever.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a given. But you know what? Now I'm actually questioning that demographic that we were mentioning earlier. So for there to be a demographic, that means there had to be a targeted audience, right? Mentioning a free weekend isn't a targeted. There's no targeting an audience there, right? Price reduction, that could be a targeted audience, right? Just looking for people that are looking for deals, you know, looking for people looking for games $10 and under on Steam, for example. I could see that being a demographic, right? But I don't know if they're implementing any active marketing towards a MOBA demographic, for example, because I'll be real with you, the active MOBA player isn't looking for MOBAs on Steam. That's very important to mention. Like, you feel me? Like,
would be on their own launchers.
Like even Smite being on Steam and etc. I'm not sure if the Smite player base is the biggest on Steam or whatnot, but when people look for games on Steam, unless you're a hardcore MOBA fan, I don't know if they're going to see that price reduction pop up. Unless they paid for some marketing on Steam to where it's like, hey, these are the 5 game deals of the day. Check them out. And it slaps everybody in the face. If that shit were to happen and 100,000 players get that notification free to play weekend, that'll be big. But I don't know if there's any confirmation that that's happened. Personally,
I think they may have paid to promote their YouTube video, because I'm looking at their videos in the past. You've got 2.7K views, 859 views, 1.7K views, 3.2K views. Fall free weekend, 21K views. That's quite the leap.
That's a great point.
It could be coincidence, but I think it's far more likely that they probably paid the YouTube ad fees to have that video shown to more people.
That makes sense. And don't forget, on YouTube, as long as you watch 5 seconds, it counts as a view. Like, you could be scrolling on your phone, you haven't clicked the video, but if it starts auto playing for a couple seconds and you skip by it, that already counts as a view. So that might be an inflated number, quite frankly. That very well might be. Now, I don't know, man. I think advertising a free-to-play weekend so short to the weekend might be more of a downfall. Like, I think a free-to-play weekend needs at least 2 weeks of proper marketing if you're trying to make a big event. You feel me? That them advertising it a week before, that's like me telling you on Tuesday, hey, on Friday, we're having a party at my house. Try to make it. You might already have plans. It's the holidays, but try to make it. You know what I mean? Like, that's rough, bro. You got to give a 2 weeks notice.
I'm going to be playing Ethereal straight up.
That's another rough thing too. Like, there are other events around this weekend, whether it was intentionally planned, non-intentionally planned, or whatnot. Like, I can tell you as a content creator, I'm going to support fall. Like, after this broadcast, I'm going to go live playing fall. I'm sure Bearded is too, and Chickens, right? But I got other plans throughout the weekend. Like today, I haven't played fall all day because I had shit to do. You feel me? I found out about the free-to-play weekend a week ago, but I had plans for today way further than a week ago.
Same here.
Like, it's life.
Tomorrow I got plans. Like, I literally have all day plans with the family, so I won't be able to support the way I would normally support.
And now think of it like that. We're partners, arguably some of the most committed to fall. And we're not going to be able to be there all weekend because we got plans. Because it was a last minute thing. Now imagine the average gamer community that isn't 110% committed to fall. You follow? It's a tough sell when you give such a short timeline. It really is. In any sales environment, it is not an easy sale.
Right.
So I definitely would have preferred for them to advertise this free-to-play weekend a little bit more ahead of time. I'll get minimum of a 2 weeks notice.
If your argument what you stated earlier was about the whole having the Twitch drops all set up or whatever. Cancel it. If we're not ready, if we know that we're having optimizations issues, if we know we're having bugs, if we know that we haven't even been marketing yet because we don't we weren't ready, then cancel the Twitch drops. Cancel whatever you had scheduled. Reschedule it later on down the line. You didn't make an announcement on Twitch drops until just recently. Till today you made an announcement of Twitch drops. You know, there was no announcement about it to the community. Yeah. The community didn't. It's not
today, 2 p.m. is when Twitch drops officially got announced. So, they did mention Twitch drops in their dev stream, but if you didn't originally catch that dev stream, you had no idea.
But the dev stream was also pretty much about this free play weekend. If the free play weekend isn't happening, you're not having that dev stream. You know. Yeah. So that again, so they wouldn't have announced it then. They wouldn't have said anything there about the Twitch drops. So you wouldn't have had anything about Twitch drops. Everything would have been fine. Cancel it, reschedule, talk to Twitch and reschedule it for a later date until we can get a smooth operating game. If you could wow all these new people coming in right now and not have any issues, like, oh my gosh, this game's amazing, then you instantly retention has been sold, and it's the higher percentage of retention is going to be insane.
I think some people are wild. I think this is.
Oh, no, they are.
This free weekend is going to be good for Strange Matter, no matter what. This free weekend was a great call, even if it was a little hastily planned and wasn't announced fast enough. This free weekend is going to be great for them, and I hope they have more free weekends down the road. But I'm a little afraid for the future of Fault if the numbers don't rise, because I have played the day and I've played the same goddamn people that I've always played every fucking day for the past 2 months. It's like,
yeah, but that's gonna happen, bro. And that's one thing that I don't think that the community fully understands, the existing community. The fact that there's a likeliness that all those free players are in AI matches. Like, imagine if I have to play 30-minute, let's say at best case scenario, 5 matches gets me to level 5, 1 match per level, right? That still means I'm probably going to end up playing 5 30-minute matches. That's a 2.5 hours of gaming, which might be all the gaming I have on a Friday if I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
So I might only be able to do AI matches on Friday, and then Saturday I might do some PvP if I have time. But it's still not going to affect the the PvP aspect of the community, all those free-to-play players.
Right.
What about all the players that they lost, though? You would think they would have come back for the free weekend.
Only if they made it past level 5. Like, and what I'm saying, as far as them going in there.
Players that they lost, it's a free weekend. Yeah. They already have the game, so why are they coming back for a free weekend? What is so big that those players that they lost, why are they coming back for a free week?
Because Fault's biggest failing is a small
player base.
You would think that people would be like, okay, there's going to be more players. Let's get back into this game and give it a try.
I could see it. I could definitely see them be like, hey, there's going to be more players. Let's give it a shot with more people. Maybe I'm not going to go up against Masters level quality people all the time, etc. But I could definitely see people, because people that they lost arguably didn't stay too long. You follow? I still think there's a chance that people that they lost might have not even made it to level 5. Maybe they tried 3 or 4 matches. They were like, yo, I got dicked on by people. I got, BM by my team constantly. It wasn't a fun experience. I didn't know what to do. Those people that come back might still be in those AI matches. Quite frankly.
Are you level 4 after 1 PvP match?
Yeah.
No, but are you?
Yeah.
Level 4?
I don't know, bro. Like, I've been playing for a year. I've been playing for a year and a half, and I'm only level 70, bro.
Well, it goes up. Like, it takes more XP as you get higher in the levels. You get level.
I know that AI matches.
4 after 1 PvP.
I spent 30-minute AI matches trying to get to full build, and the max I got was like 240 XP.
That's
like max.
Level 70.
Well, but the amount of XP that I gain isn't correlated to my level. It's just how much of the level takes up 240 XP. But even if XP, but when you have to start in AI matches, and regardless, if it takes you, let's say, 1,000 XP to go up per level, which I don't think is a crazy number, quite frankly, that might mean you're doing 45 matches per level. I mean, if we can get some clarity on the amount per level, it'd be cool. But
Gear to the
I
Vet
don't-
says seems players are saying it takes 4 to 6 matches to reach level 5, getting access to PvP.
No,
That's not too horrible.
Mangus was saying, though, as you were saying, that those people might still be in AI matches, but back before AI matches came out, it was like 2 matches and you were level 5 or 6
Yeah.
with the PvP. Because you get a lot more XP from PvP than you get from the AI matches. I think that's all he was trying to say.
I gotcha. So it might honestly, imagine a previous player that is past level 5 comes in expecting an influx in player base, and the majority of the people that they see are not the average player. Because even people returning, I feel like they would rather play against bots regardless and enjoy their game instead of being full sweats in a PvP in a game that they don't fully understand.
Yeah.
I could easily see AI matches being higher on Friday and Saturday, and maybe PvP might get an influx on Sunday.
I hope so. I hope we
That'd
see
be
huge
cool.
numbers tomorrow. I hope we see huge numbers tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the numbers are definitely gonna. I don't know about. Well, we'll see about huge. I don't know about huge, but old guy plays asked. So, question for the panel. I'll have to ask it again. For the panel, is this a do or die moment for Fault?
No.
Chickens, what do you think?
No. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Okay.
I think they can continue to stay the course, and their game will continue to grow at this point. I think as long as they keep patching it, keep upgrading it, keep dropping new heroes, keep fixing the bugs, keep balancing, this game will continue to grow. That is my personal opinion. I think
Okay.
they're in a position now where when people come and play this game, they see it and they will be like, this is actually something neat. This is something good. They're not going to be like, oh, Predecessor's better. They're going to be like, this game actually looks really good now. You know, because that was one of the biggest things that I think Predecessor versus Fault had in the past was Predecessor just looked really good. And Fault kind of didn't. And now Fault looks really good. And I think that'll really help with that competition there. And people will start to see Fault and be like, wow, okay, this is nice. Just look around the map. Yeah,
Right.
this is a cool game.
I think it is do or die though. I think they can do it. I think the do part is very viable. They can do it. But I think if like I keep saying, if they can't reach those initial numbers like they did, they're going to just become a laughing stock. And they have competition. There's other games out there that are releasing very soon in the same genre. They need to get players now and keep those players. And if a free weekend can't do that, then what can?
A free weekend with a better game,
Yeah, well, a free
like
weekend
optimization and less bugs.
but a free weekend with a less optimized game is bad for them.
A free weekend where the game actually shows up on the front page of Steam would probably help.
That would also help. Yeah.
I mean,
can't find it here. I'm looking everywhere.
So the question is, when you stepped away when I asked it? Old guy in chat asked, "Is this a do or die situation for Fault?"
I would say no, only on the fact that I don't see them pulling out all their cards for this weekend, where I wish they would have. Like, based off of what I've seen so far, and based off of examples you guys just mentioned in the last 10 seconds, I don't think they pulled out all the stops. I don't think they marketed properly to get to the event. They might have done some stuff,
Right.
but I don't think they went 110% to make sure that this weekend was as successful as possible. You get what I'm saying there?
Right.
I think
No,
that
I
they
get
took
exactly what you're saying.
steps, but I don't think they put all their cards here, which leads me to believe there might be something else coming that they're trying to hold all their cards out for. You follow?
Right.
Like
No, I
maybe
get
that
exactly
maybe
what
they're
you're saying.
testing YouTube advertising here. Maybe they're testing something else on this side. But I think this weekend is purely that, a test. I think it's a
See, I
test
heard a
of
rumor.
marketing. But
I heard a rumor that they, like, from somebody that I play with, they said, yeah, in the dev stream, they said they were going to go free to play on all the weekends. I was like, that doesn't sound right. But
no,
I mean,
that's just somebody that didn't. That's just somebody that doesn't know how to listen actively. Quite frankly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, we'll debunk that right now. They said that they were going to do much more free to play weekends. and they're planning on continuing their progression, their exposure, free-to-play weekends, Twitch drops, loot drops, etc. They said that they're planning on doing much more of all that as time progresses. They're planning on ramping up, which again, to me, that's what this feels like. This doesn't feel like a make it or break it play. This feels like I'm dipping my toe in the water and I'm checking to see if it's cold sort of vibe. Because there's a million other opportunities that they could have done. Like we mentioned, advertisement on Steam, massive, your major source. They're planning on coming to the Epic Game Store. They've already teased that in the past. Maybe they're waiting to do free-to-play weekends on Epic Game Store. We've seen games like Battlefront 2 revitalize with a pretty free-to-play weekend on the Epic Game Store. They went from like 1,000 concurrent players to 15 million active players just because they had a free weekend on the Epic Game Store. Like, there are a lot of things that they could do, and I think we're only seeing a little bit of them. And especially, like, think of it like this. And let's just be mindful of this. And I'm actually gonna show this little teaser that they showed on the screen. If you're having a free-to-play weekend and you're pulling out all of your cards, why in the world would you show a hero teaser before the weekend and then not have that hero for the weekend? That leads me to believe that they got something bigger planned around the corner, and this is just a test.
Hope so.
I mean, same.
That definitely could be it. That definitely could be it. I was getting ready to say that the reason I don't think it's do or die is because if we hit those numbers that Mangoose hit, that says we need to hit, then that's obviously due, right? If we don't hit those numbers and our numbers stay as low as they are, then this failure, I'm only putting in quotations because I don't really consider it a failure. I mean, I can see how it could be perceived that way, but the failure is only seen by a minimal amount of people. It wasn't a failure amongst the thousands of people. It was a failure amongst the hundreds of people. So that was so they can easily dig themselves out of that failure and move on. And with the marketing of what you said, if there's something around the corner, they can dig themselves out of it and go up. They're just set back a little bit.
I hope they have a plan, because again, I really think they could have easily done more. But by realizing that, then my question is, why didn't they? I don't have a good reason, unless, like, the only thing I can think of is, oh, we're going to go harder for the next event or something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have any other reason.
I think another thing you need to keep in mind is Steam reviews, how important they are. And Fault has had mixed reviews for a very long time. I normally will not even attempt to play a game that has mixed reviews. If it doesn't have at least mostly positive, I won't even fucking try a game. And I play a lot of little indie games and shit, you know? But like, if I'm looking around through indie games and I see one that has mixed reviews, I'm like, not for me. And I move on and I find one that has good reviews. With their free weekend releasing without great optimization gives them an even bigger opportunity to get even more bad reviews for the game. And but again, it's also an opportunity to get really good reviews for the game. People that are coming back that haven't been playing Fault are going to be surprised by how good Fault is now. Patch 14 was a step back for me because the optimization just isn't there for me. But I've been playing through patch 13 where Fault has been greatly improved. If this is bringing people back that didn't play patch 13, they're going to be like, holy shit, like I can land my abilities. I'm connecting. I have hit registration. I know when I'm getting hit. Like they improved so much about the game. So this could be, they could get some really, really good reviews from this free weekend if people aren't expecting much in the way of optimization.
Interesting. I don't disagree. I would say, you know, it's weird because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the Steam stats state that the average player on Steam has at least the equivalent of like a 1060 graphics card, right? Now, because Steam gives you those details. I don't know if it's the exact graphics card, right? But Steam does give you those details. I am actually very, very curious if they took that information into consideration. Because, for example, I have I don't have as many problems in a 1080 Ti, but a 1080 Ti is definitely a different monster to a 1060 and I have a 1060. Those are two very, very different monsters, right? So I'm actually,
you as a 1070 who said that the game runs perfect for him. He doesn't have any issues.
that makes sense because the 1070 isn't too far off from a 1080 Ti, right? But the spike from 1060 to 1070 is a pretty decent spike. You follow?
The guy I was talking to on for the minions, Raven, he has a 1070. He has zero problems running Fault. I have a 1660, which should actually be a little bit better than a 1070. I have problems. Jelly has a 2070. His should perform better than a 1070. He's got problems.
So worth mentioning, and that might be an issue because a 1660 is still running on the same architecture as a 1060. It's not running on that new, like the full RTX generation of the new GPUs. A 1660, even though it has upgrades, still runs on the same infrastructure as a 1060. So that,
I mean,
and I know that that's not only the case. Like, for example, Bearded has issues and he's running in a 2060, I think?
2070 Super.
2070 Super. That's a beefy graphics card. That one should have no problem, right?
Good one, yeah.
So there's clearly something else that's affecting, right? But there's nothing really that we can say except the fact that we hope that they fix it soon, because at the end of the day, the way that it is right now probably could have been better. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it seems like they haven't pulled out all the cards for this weekend. Maybe they're going to do an optimization update and then do another weekend and then try to go bigger on that one. Because even if they only reach, let's say 1,000 players try it, not 1,000 concurrent all at the same time, but let's say over the weekend, 1,000 players try it in the community and they grow a little bit, right? Let's say they get a 10% increase. Now they have another 100 active players daily, right? That would still be a big win. But instead of 1,000 people trying the game, what if they then pull out all their cards, pull heavy? Because for a video that's been not confirmed, but if the YouTube video is paid advertising, 20,000 views on a paid advertisement video is not that crazy.
Right? No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy. That honestly looks like somebody might have spent just $100 and got the 20,000 views. You feel me?
It could just be that video just happened to get 20,000 views.
True. That doesn't necessarily mean that there was paid advertisement.
My average views at the time that I did an ethereal video. At the time, my average views was around 3,000. For some reason, it got 90,000 views, and I did not fucking pay to advertise that video. It just for some reason kicked off.
Happens.
That shit happens. It's
Probably because you know a guy that does really good thumbnails.
I do know a guy that does some pretty good thumbnails.
I can't wait over it.
Answer.
Hey,
Thumbnails.
yo,
Oh, you're making me blush.
you can't blush in all the
I'm talking
blue.
about you.
Anyway, yeah, man. Like I still think the free weekend is a good idea. I think any growth out of the free weekend is a win. But again, even if it's just a small percentage, even adding 50 to 100 players on a concurrent basis is a win. The point is growth. Yeah, you grew for free. You feel me? That is big. Now, I think it's more about the continued growth, and I think they realize that. I think that's why they're planning on doing more free weekends. I think that's why they're planning on reducing the price of the game until it is free to play. Now, I did not think it was going to be a 50% drop. I thought they were going to go on some shit like the game's $20. Now it's only 18. 50% drop?
That's a big drop. Yeah.
Careful saying 50%. Okay, because
50% for the initial tier. That's
for the initial
very
tier,
very
right?
good differentiation.
It's a $10 drop because it's $10 across all tiers. So the $10 drop.
Gotcha.
So let's say that way we're not making anybody thinking that. Yep.
Yeah, $10 drop through. I would even $10. I thought that shit was amazing. I was mind blown. I was like, damn, they dropped it to only $10 entry first time.
Now this is a great point to make for all the fault haters, the SMS haters, right? Other games out there, the other two games that are using Epic assets, right? They think that Fault doesn't have money. if Fault doesn't have money, how can they afford to drop this game to be in $10 to drop it to be $10 now instead of 20? If they needed more money, don't you think they have to keep on selling it at that higher price, or maybe a little bit smaller of a price? But people are buying.
I don't think that's a great.
I'm watching the game. There's still people. I'm seeing new names before the price drop happened. I'm seeing new names as I go. People are still buying this at $20.
Great comparison though, because you're saying because like Overprime is going to be free. Like if you look on the Steam page, you search Overprime, it says free. So I'm pretty goddamn sure Overprime is going to be free. So
right.
By them asking for any money whatsoever, that kind of defeats the point that you were getting at.
No, I'm talking. Well, my main situation is the Predecessor people. It's Predecessor. How they have Epic backing them is that their argument. They have,
which is not true.
Right, exactly. No, I know it's not true, but that's their argument. They have Epic backing them. Then they also have that $2 million from the.
Those people clearly haven't watched our YouTube videos.
Yeah, they make it sound. They make it sound like the $2 million is great, right? So Overprime's not really added into this situation, but they do have Netmarble, so that's how they're able to go free to play.
It's massive, bro.
Yeah.
They have Hugh Hefner in their back pocket, bro. Confirmed.
Right. So, anyways, so Predecessor in this situation, you have those people who would tell you those situations, right? But then they'll make it sound like Fault's got nothing because all they have is the money that they made from selling the game. That's it. They don't have any money, right? So my argument is the fact that if they didn't have any money, they need to make money somehow. And I know that I could play the game before they drop the price. I'm seeing new players come into this game, so they're consistently getting $20. Even if they're alts, even if they're Smurf accounts, guess what? That's still $20 that they're getting.
Yeah. So I know I personally have done a video as far as like estimating how much Strange Matter is made and stuff like that. I just know that anybody that thinks that they haven't made money is just being flat out ignorant. You can you can do the research. You can check public information, how many accounts have been created, how many times a game has been downloaded. Even if you look at the bare minimum of the $20 until now, based off of how much they've made, and then add Indiegogo into that, you'd be astounded as to how much money minimum they have made. Add the master tier into there. That's triple the price basically. That was from 20 to 60, and from there, it's crazy how much money they could potentially have made, right? So
they've got enough funding just through Abusa's alt accounts.
I can't with him, bro. This man is scarred. I'm confirmed. This man is scarred. Linda says, how much? Tell us the numbers. You have a YouTube video to look up. Anyway, so yeah, my thing is, at the end of the day, regardless of how much money they've made, we all know their biggest struggle is growth and retention, because it's all about keeping somebody coming back, right? And in a heavy saturated market, because it's not just MOBAs that you're competing with. I don't know any single MOBA player that only plays MOBAs. They all are going to be on Tarkov or Call of Duty, or they're going to be on Minecraft with their brother or sister, or you get me, like Forza, like me, for example. I'm always fucking racing half the damn time. So it's not just one category of games that they're competing with. And I think that's what people have to realize as well, that like, if you can sit here and confidently tell me that you will choose Fault every single day of the week, no matter what, you're lying to yourself. Because even though you might choose it the majority of times, I'll be real, there's some times that I don't want to play a MOBA at all. Like those days that I'm just not having a good day, why the fuck would I play a MOBA and tilt myself out the fucking wazoo? You feel me? Like there's days where I'm like, yep, I'm literally just gonna sit here and just play some TFT. Or I'm gonna sit here and do some races with AI, fuck it, because I know I'm beating them motherfuckers. So you get me? Like it happens. It's just all about. Say
that again. To go back to the beginning of what you just said, if you're telling yourself what, did you say everybody? You saying you don't believe that there's one person out there that does that?
That only plays Fault 24/7. Every single day of the week.
Okay, well, I mean, so you take all my other games that I'm trying to play, which they're not active right now, right? I have a stress test coming up this weekend, and I have the Predecessor, whatever Predecessor gives out in alpha. If those aren't active, then yeah, Fault is the only game I play. Unless somebody sends me a link in Discord and wants me to play Connect 4. But other than that, I don't touch any other game.
Hey man, let me tell you that battle, dude. We were scrapping the other day, bro. I sent him a random ass link. I was like, "Let's fucking go." We played Connect 4 for like an hour, bro. Just fucking going back and forth. That shit was heated as fuck, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
so yeah, Fault is my game. That's it. Like, I don't play another game. But now, when the other ones do come active, I will be alternating my time between them. But until then, 24/7, Fault is my game. Like, I have no other game to play right now, or interest to play at any other game.
I want to put something out real quick because I've been just a negative Nancy for like the past 3 weeks. The price drop is nothing but a good thing, and I commend them for that. I just want to put that out there and get it off my chest. I do think it would be cool if they would, the people that paid full price, if they would get like something simple, like a special avatar for base and maybe a special skin for the people that paid full price for the top tier package. That would be cool of them to do. But even
like
if they
OG founder,
it's still awesome that they dropped the price for the game. And I commend them for that.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna lie, I bought this game for like 5 of my friends in the past.
Yeah,
just trying to get them to come play with me.
4 alt accounts and your one friend?
I can't, bro.
I literally have never bought myself an alt account, but I purchased this game 6 times, just buying it for people who I want to come play with me.
Yeah, every giveaway I've ever done to this, well, not every, I'd say probably 90% of the giveaways that I've ever done to the game are all just funded by me. Like, I spent hundreds of dollars just giving out accounts, just so people can play and shit, just trying to keep it going. Which, I will be real, I do kind of wish that's something that's coming up, or something that they do more of. Giving like partner keys, right? So partners could do giveaways and stuff, because that's also another big deal. Outside from the loot drop on a free weekend, I think loot drops on a free weekend are massive. I also think having keys for partners to give away, and just tell them, like, for example, Bearded can give away keys from the 22nd of December to the 24th. This person can give away keys from this day to that day. Like, coordinate. It's called being a shift manager, right? Coordinate and then do it from there. There's a lot of opportunities. But I do want to throw out there before we keep on talking, because we kind of got on the subject of the loot box and everything, and we didn't fully go into it. So I do want to get all those details out for the entire community. So the free weekend Twitch drop event is happening currently. Now, as well, that does mean that there are Twitch drops. That means as long as you're supporting a Twitch partner, a Fault partner on Twitch, you have a chance of gaining drops. Now, there are different tiers. There's a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3 box that you can receive. Tier 1s will contain anywhere between 2.5k matter, 5 avatar marks, 7 ward marks, either of those. The tier 2 will contain 2.5k matter, 5 avatar marks, 5 emo marks, or 4 skin marks. And there's also a chance at a random tier 2 skin. All those are included within the possibility of drops in a tier 2 box. A tier 3 box can contain up to 5,000 matter, 5 avatar marks, 5 emote marks, 4 skin marks, a random tier 3 skin, or the Astro Gideon skin. Now, for those of you that don't fully understand how it works, basically it goes in order. Spend a certain amount of time watching on Twitch, you'll get a tier 1 box containing one of these prizes. Spend a certain amount watching after, you'll get a tier 2. After you've received your tier 2, a little bit more time watching, you'll receive a tier 3. Once you receive the tier 3, it starts over one more time. You'll get another tier 1, and then another tier 2, and then another tier 3. So you have the potential of getting 6 total rewards as it progresses. I'm okay with the way that they designed it. I don't know if you guys have, some feedback on it, like the way that Twitch drops work, like if you would have preferred something different. I saw what you're laughing at. I'm not going to comment on it. But yeah, I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts on it, bro.
I mean, come on. Now. You guys telling me that these devs had a sense of humor and they put 4 skin marks on there, okay?
I can't with you, bro. I was trying to ignore it so bad as I was reading, bro.
What can you get for skin marks?
Skins?
Skin?
What skin costs 4 skin marks?
Oh, I don't think there is one that costs 4 specifically.
But it gets you, right.
But I do know that through the daily and weekly challenges, you can earn skin marks. And I know that if you've at least completed 1, if I'm not mistaken, plus the 4 that you get, that's an easy like free skin that you can get there, depending on the tier skin that you're trying to get.
That's a free like epic asset skin, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. Free Paragon skin. I believe that the Fault actually like their own skin, like the Bone Crusher. Is that what it's called? Bone Collector.
Yeah.
Bone Collector.
Chimera.
That's their skin.
That's a cool
Cyber Quang. So Cyber Quang, that's their skin. So I think those cost a little bit more because they made them themselves. So I think that might cost a little bit more in that regard. The Astro Gideon skin is going to cost more at this time. Plus, it's brand new, so I think that's kind of that might be marked up. Maybe it might be brought down a little bit. Maybe I don't know. That's just me talking. I don't know for sure. I have no answers for that, but it could be a possibility later on to be marked down.
I mean, I will say it's cool that even their own individual created skins, you do have the opportunity to earn through those skin marks. You don't have to pay for them. So that's dope.
Right.
Even if it takes a little bit more grinding, like you can truly say, hey, I got whatever skin I wanted for free if you're willing to put that time in for it.
Yep.
Now, let's give a quick little shout out to the winner of the giveaway that Strange Matters held. So for those of you that don't know, Strange Matters did hold basically a setup giveaway. You posted your own setup with Fault on the screen. I mean,
they did a setup. It was set up, guys.
No. Okay.
There's no.
So they did. So they did a giveaway off of your setup. They did a giveaway based off of your current gaming setup. Now, shout out to Hardstyle Carl. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't know how to pronounce the rest of that, to be honest with you. Carl's Rue. So they won the giveaway. It looks like they shared the picture there. They shared their setup with a widescreen curve monitor, playing Fault, and their cat just sitting in the front like, hey man, what the fuck you mean you're trying to move me out the way? So, shout out to them. I like the fact that Strange Matters is doing these contests. I don't like the fact that we had no idea what type of setup was going to win. Was it like the most creative? Was it like, the coolest setup, best LED? Yeah, the one that got the most likes, for example. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the lack of information is the only part that I didn't like personally. So that's just me.
The announcement for me is what upset. Like not the announcement of the winner, but the announcement of the event made it seem like there was going to be like 3 different winners. We have a free hat, a free shirt, and a free game, right? So this guy, this person, I'm assuming it's the guy. Sorry, I shouldn't assume that, but this person got a free game. They just showed you that Fault is on their screen. They don't need the game.
Your cat needed it.
Right?
I can't with you, bro. Shut the hell up.
So
I can't with you.
I'm just wondering, but it made it seem like, I guess that person can give that game away for, here you go, here's a key to give to a friend, and then, more of chickens could have another friend.
Yeah, because to participate, you had to have own Fault. You feel me? Or I guess look up a YouTube video, pause it, and have it in the background. I guess that was an option.
Yeah,
if need be. I don't think that was very clear. I think people assume like if you don't have Fault, you can't participate.
But we got one winner. I'm like, I was for sure thought you were gonna have 3 different winners.
Yeah. Mech brings up a good point. I totally thought there were going to be more winners. Also, Mech, don't give me shit for my Gideon play. You're just way better at Gideon than me.
Yeah, I mean, watch him play Richter. I bet you he's ass at it.
Probably not. I'm sure Mech is pretty good at whatever he plays.
He's a mid main.
I'll just have him play Richter mid and you're fine.
I'll never say he's good. Anyway, let's go over a quick little update that they released. A lot of people were actually interested in this update. Not too much to go over, so we'll be able to kind of go over this information. So they officially released patch 14.1, which I was shocked that they made an official patch right within the week instead of a hotfix. So that was cool to see, like pretty active work out of Strange Matters. So they mentioned on here, just going over the bug fixes that they quickly fixed. Fixed an issue preventing players from selecting a new hero in draft if they had already selecting a skin. Fixed an issue causing game crashes. Fixed an issue, not all issues. Very important to determine there.
Yes.
Fixed the create button on the login screen. Apparently there was an issue for new accounts being created. So now hopefully people can create new accounts successfully. They did do an adjustment on FaZe because on release, she was a little bit too strong. That's normal in most MOBAs, quite frankly, but I'm glad that they nerfed her in less than a week, basically. So
these are bug fixes, though. These are not the nerfs, but yes.
Well, yes, yeah, the nerfs are below, but these are bug fixes. So they fixed her blind not showing up with other debuffs on her Q. On her E, they fixed an issue causing the lance to go through walls. Now that leads me to believe. Yeah, so that leads me to believe now, because I thought it was intentional. So her lance not being able to go through walls is pretty big of a change. Her right mouse button, the psychic link, fixed an issue preventing FaZe from being able to pull Grim. So I know I personally ran into a couple of different instances that some characters weren't able to get pulled. So it's nice that they're narrowing those down. So they fixed the Grim issue.
I did find out. I wonder, I know you tried to pull Boris, right? In one of our matches.
Not pulling Boris. Yeah, I think I saw not being able to pull Boris and not being able to pull Kalari is stuff that I came across.
But were either one of them characters stunned at that time? Because
Great
them
question.
while stunned. They're not. I'm wondering if that's well,
that's a great question. I didn't know.
I think the unstoppable, you wouldn't be able. I mean, I don't think that would affect you be able to pull your own hero, your own teammates.
Well, but unstoppable means they're immune from all CC. That says that in the description for that duration. You feel me?
True.
And technically, pulling somebody is a form of crowd control, but it's caused by your ally.
Right.
You feel? I don't know. It's tricky.
Depends on Yep. But yeah, I found out if you are. I found that out. If you're stunned, you're not able to be pulled. Like, they're not being pulled. They're literally stuck in that stun situation.
It would be really nice if they moved the retargeting of the link to a different button. That would be nice.
Or something that isn't hold down.
Yeah.
Because that's so trippy, bro. You know how many times I pulled my carry back into the fight because I'm trying to switch links to somebody else? I'm like,
I did that to you like twice last night, and you're.
I know, bro. I was tilted beyond belief. You're not wrong.
I got tilted with them too before. My apologies, chickens.
It's a chicken
No,
thing.
you're fine. I like tilting you. It's fun.
Hate it.
He literally, I was backing up almost dead. I'm like literally getting under tower and he pulls me right in the middle. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, why?
Kill him. Just
Like,
kill him.
Yo, I yelled at him. No, I straight yelled at him. I was like, bro, do not hit right click unless I tell you. Please stop. You're killing me.
Yeah, literally. I got one. Literally, I still die. I'm like, this is not what. I'm like, no. Like, this is not what's supposed to happen.
Dark Soldier says in the chat, I believe certain wards can be placed inside walls in certain locations. That shouldn't happen. That is something that they're currently looking into. Everyone that gets reported is something that they'll be able to note. So if you do find one of those, please do report it. I'm not telling you. No. I know.
Serious.
I know.
Bugs.
That's a great question. The only current way, there is a format to follow in their Discord specifically.
Yep.
There are steps. It says, hey, leave it under this specific chat as a feedback. If that doesn't work, and then on top of that, DM a moderator support staff. There's a 3-step system as to how to go about reporting stuff. And if you ever have any questions, you can literally go into their Discord and ask one of their mods. They have it like in a notepad ready to copy paste it.
If you go to the community feedback and you hit / I believe it is / bug report and you hit enter, it's going to give you the Butler bot message. It's going to give you the exact setup of how to report a bug, right? And if that's what that would be considered a bug for somebody to be able to put a ward inside of a wall like that. Also, if you are a streamer or if you are a YouTuber and you record these videos, if you can get an actual recording of that spot and able to get a hold of the DM staff or the SMS support staff, they can forward that on to the map person, Espada, and they can be a lot easier and quicker for them to go fix that exact spot if they're able to see exactly what you're talking about.
They need to streamline that.
100%.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be a better system.
Involve Discord
sure.
at all, because not everybody has Discord.
Yeah, that fucking
Agreed.
Butler bot's a pain in the ass. Like, I literally avoid Butler bot. I'm like, nope, I want nothing to do with it. I will go around. I either won't report it or I'll go talk to somebody else. Like, hey, this is happening. I
found a major bug this week and I had no idea what to do with it.
Yeah, that definitely needs to be a more
thing.
Yeah, more in your face, at least in the main menu under home. Just have a little corner section that says report. Even if it's just Google documents that somebody has to sort through, at least it's something for now, right?
Yeah, so if you guys are against me and I'm on Gideon and I just suddenly disappear off the map, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Bro, I was a Muriel that ended up between two walls.
No,
I can consistently get myself and my entire team outside of the map with Gideon.
What?
Consistently. Oh, with your teleport?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
That's nuts.
If you back up to a wall with Gideon and teleport, doesn't matter where you are, the other end of the portal goes behind you, not in front of you.
Oh, like it got glitched on the surface?
And there's certain parts of the wall, the outside wall, that are thin enough that if you back up to the wall, uses teleport, it goes outside the map, and then everybody else can jump through it, and you can have a party on the ledge.
I can't, bro.
Outside of the map.
That's funny. But I'll be real with you. That's also a very unique situation, but I do feel that I hope that they fix stuff like that quickly. But I can't promise you that if I was testing, no longer a tester since a while ago, but if I was testing, I don't know how many times I would have walked backwards into a wall and then teleported. You know what I mean?
That's another problem, though, is people aren't actually testing the game. They need to be.
Agreed. Like testing needs to be thorough in all games for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I found that pretty quick, that if you back up to a wall with Gideon, that you can't teleport. Like, I found that just within 30 minutes of playing a PvE match.
Yo, so real quick, shout out to Plato for raiding with 136 people. This man's a savage.
Holy shit.
He's a legend.
Brother.
He's a legend.
Now, really quick, just to finish go over these bugs that they mentioned here. So on her right mouse button, they did fix an issue causing the link to reset after the cooldown was breaking. On Phase's ultimate overload, they did fix an issue causing overload's duration on enemies being 8 seconds instead of 4 because it's supposed to be halved on the enemy. On Gruk, they fixed an issue causing his pull, causing heroes to get stuck inside of minions when they got pulled. So they fixed that. Jarheart's description has been updated. Jarheart's description has been updated. There is a change down below. We're going to go over it in a second. Mega's crossbow, they fixed an issue causing crossbow to instantly kill a ward and granted double the XP on gold. So you were able to farm off of that.
Damn. I wish I would have known.
And then on Aspects, King got fixed. And I know that Chickens pointed this one out to me. Apparently, King was giving all the new effects and the previous effects beforehand. So glad that got changed. Holy crap. Bishop got it. No, fuck that, bro. Fuck that. That was a bad one that really, really needed to get fixed. So I'm glad that they fixed it. Bishop, they fixed an issue causing Bishop to grant attack speed from affliction stacks. Like, I guess affliction kicked in. And the attack speed buff, something was going on with it, so that's fixed now, thankfully. Now let's go over this whole mana nerf on this phase. I'd love to. First of all, let me hear from you guys. Do you guys think this phase was too strong on release? I want to hear your independent opinions on it.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like way too strong, but definitely too strong.
I'm not amazing at the game, but I'm a decent ADC. All right. And I'm going against 1v1, a support phase. She destroyed me. made me feel like I was like, what am I literally thought, like, what did I do? Just start? Like, no, I had items and everything. Like, there's no reason that 1v1ing a support and all they had was Mage's Siphon. What are they doing? What happened there? Like, how? What's going on? Yeah, no, she was fucking huge earlier, and it definitely needed to get a nerf.
I don't think that the mana nerfs do anything as far as like the patch 14.1 mana nerfs to her. I don't think they do anything. She gives so much mana regen with her abilities. Doesn't matter.
Well, so you think it doesn't, you're saying it doesn't do anything. I've noticed the difference because one of the things that we see on phase here, and let's just go over the changes real quick. So on phase, base mana was reduced from 360 to 340. So early mana is a little bit less. Mana per hero level got reduced by quite a bit, by 12 per level. So she's definitely significantly getting less per level. Base mana regen got reduced by 0.3. And mana regen per level got reduced by 0.06. So overall, her total mana and her scaling on mana and the regen got reduced. On her Q, her Psychic Eruption, her Blind, linked enemies now no longer can be blinded or damaged unless phase is in the vicinity. That was OP. You used to be able to link an enemy and blind them from far away. Now at least she has to expose herself to land the blind. So that's big.
Now, let's point that out because a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't. A lot of people read that and they just think you instantly and you can no longer blind an enemy. You can blind an enemy, all right,
but they have to be
for a link. The max distance for a link is 2,200. The distance for a blind is 400 units, right? So you have to be within 400 units to that enemy hero for your blind to take effect. You still can blind the enemy hero, but you have to put yourself in a risky position to get the blind to actually work, right?
Or
so it is possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Or whoever you're linked to that's an ally.
Your ally has to be within that range as well. Yes.
Yeah. So quite frankly, that's a direct nerf to her damage output. That's a direct nerf to her offensive potential. But quite frankly, it was a nerf that was needed because that shit was so fucking strong.
It was too bro. That was my biggest concern with her.
It was the double damage thing. Yeah, linking to somebody, walking up to them, and blinding them, and they take the damage from your blind and the blind that you applied to them.
It was oppressive.
Red Rover motherfuckers by linking to your carry, getting them in between you, and then blinding.
Yes. But now you and your carry are both in a tricky situation if you're going to apply both of those.
Exactly. Now you have to actually work for it. It used to be you could just link to somebody and just deal so much damage and then stun them.
Yeah, so the trade-off definitely is better now. As well, so her Psychic Lance on her E, mana cost increased starting 65 and ending 105. That's what it used to be. Now it's starting 75 and ending at 115. So overall throughout, the cost for her Psychic Lance got increased. Yep. And you can consistently spam it. So I'm glad that you're able to use more mana more frequently. And it puts you in that situation where you're running out of mana. And then on her right mouse button, the damage against a linked target is now reduced from 100%. The sum of phases health and mana regen to 50%.
That's huge.
That's huge. So that's, again, another direct nerf as to how much damage she can actually output. Because it's not only the fact that she's designed to scale as a mage, because in the game, she is categorized as a mage. I'm not sure if that's intentional or what.
You can't even find her on the support tab. You literally click support and she's nowhere to be seen.
You're literally...
I thought I didn't have her. I'm like, what happened? Because I played the first night that it happened, that it dropped, right? We're playing, we're all having fun, but everybody else is playing phase. I'm like, no big deal. So, no big deal. And we went with that, right? But then the second day I load up, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get some games in with 14, no problem. And then I went to play her on PvE and I'm like, I don't have phase. Like, was it literally like a 1 day deal and I have to go buy her now? I'm like, so I exited the game, went back to find. I'm like, no, I do have her. Like, why don't I find her? So I went back to the draft. Come to find out, she's not under the support tab. Like, how do you have a support that's not under the support tab? You even look at her description and the main page in the main menu. It says caster support whatever, like literally has support in her name, like in her description.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how is she not in the support tab? It makes no sense.
And you can't complete support quests in PvE by playing phase either.
No, because
No,
she's
you
not
can't.
in this. She's not a supporter.
Yeah, I
According
think,
to what
I think it's just they overlooked something. I think it was just a mistake.
But how is that not fixed in 14.1? That should
Yeah, I
already
know,
been taken
right.
care of.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
like that's something that
You're
should
right,
be like,
you're
okay. So overlooked twice is what we're saying, and it's like that needs to be taken care of. She is a support character. Like, I don't care if you want to make her a caster, you want to make her a mage support. That's fine. I don't care. Like, however you want to do it. If she has the ability to play in mid lane, okay, good. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. But if I play her as support, I want to be able to get the benefits of being a support. If I know she's a support, I'm searching for her. Like, the new people coming in that played Paragon, they know FaZe as a support. So they're going to click the support button. FaZe isn't there. How do I pick FaZe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the intricacy behind it, but I do feel like that's a small little change that they could implement. You feel me? Just like tick a box and now it shows up on both. Could be wrong, right?
The same thing with Sevarog. If you click Sevarog, he's a solo laner and a jungler. Like, he can show up on both.
Yeah.
That needs to happen with her.
Yeah. Now, to go over that's just the last little thing on this 14.1 patch, was the change to Jar of Hearts. Now, a bit of a controversial change from what I've heard from people. It gives you 35 physical power, 25 attack speed, 25% crit chance. So Jar of Hearts is going to also give you crit chance. They removed the active effect, so there is no lifesteal active attached to it now. And they adjusted how it builds out of. So now you have the anti-heal, the trauma that you apply, and it builds crit chance. Let me tell you personally, I'm sick and tired of the fucking crit items. Every single crit item gives you 25% crit chance. Every single one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jar of Hearts now makes 6 items that can give you 25% crit chance each.
I don't know the information to be able to correct you if you
Makes
are
build
wrong,
diversity though.
Well, but here's the thing, bro. Like, personally, no fucking item should ever give you more than 20% crit chance. Like, if I want 100% crit chance, I need to literally give up 5 item slots to be at 100%. Like, you feel me? Average crit builds on most MOBAs are anywhere between 40 and 60%. And even that is 2 to 3 items dedicated to crit. I don't like the fact that there are such heavy loaded items like Titan Slayer, like Tyke's Fire Cannon, like A-Shot, and each one of them gives you 25% crit chance. It shouldn't be a thing.
Before we get too far into that situation, we're talking about the patch real quick, right? I wish here, because even though I'm a person who builds Jar, I don't know all the stats of what Jar was. I wish they would have said 35 physical power from whatever, or put, hey, this is what it was, this is what it is now, so I know the changes, because I don't know what the differences are right now. I'm looking at this, okay, I just know this is now the new Jar of Hearts. I don't know what the old one was, so I can't tell you if I like the changes or not, because I don't really know what the changes are, to be honest.
I think it's literally just a price reduction in gold, and then it went from 40 energy power to 25% crit chance.
Do you no longer get energy armor?
No energy armor on it, no.
So yeah, there's no benefit there anymore. So I will no longer build Jar of Hearts.
I mean, it still is an item. Yeah, but it still is an item that gives you physical power, attack speed, crit chance, and trauma.
It's
like
the only item in the game that gives you physical power and attack speed and crit chance.
Yeah, like, it's as a standalone item, it still serves its purpose, especially building trauma. If you're going up against a phase, a chimera, anybody building life seal, it's beneficial.
With those stats, why is it purple?
That's a great fucking question, because they haven't had a chance to change the color, is my only guess. Because purple signifies, at least 9 times out of 10, some sort of pen.
Yep.
Some sort of pen. So who knows? Jar of Hearts might be getting a color change. You feel me? It's very possible.
Right.
But I don't disagree that with those stats, it does not belong in the purple tree.
This is a great question for the panel. We got somebody in chat asking, how is the patch? So let's go around and let everybody give their options of what the patch is, with somebody, brand new talking to the chat. Chickens, how do you feel about the patch?
Oh, I love it. I really, really like it. The mastery system's fun. The AI modes is a great way to warm up before I hop into PvP every night when I get on stream. It's a great way to practice getting your last hits, getting your CS. I've definitely seen improvements in myself from the AI modes. The mastery system is just something great to like strive for. It's like before I was playing Sparrow all the time. Now it's like, well, I almost have the Murdock mastery skin, so maybe I'll play him this game instead. So it helps with that too. Getting people to play other characters, trying to go for their mastery skins. It's a really good patch. I really like it. The menus are beautiful. The map looks so much better. It's a great patch. I love it.
Mangus?
I think optimization sucks balls, but everything else is fantastic. And I can't wait until patch 14 is in a state that patch 13 was back in November.
Wait. Say that again?
I think November was Fault's best. Was when Fault was at its best. Patch 13 worked extremely well. Optimization was on point. Everything was absolutely great. Patch 14 introduced a lot of great systems, but the optimization is kind of bad. I want all these new systems, but I want everything to perform as well as it was back in November.
I had no reason for me to talk, man. Goose said it all. It's perfect right there. That's exactly how I feel.
Interesting. So, I don't know. Like, overall, and we've already gone over the fact that I necessarily haven't had optimization problems, at least not too severe, right? So I think that this patch is a good indicator of what Strange Matters is trying to do as a company and the direction that they're going in. I think it's a step in the right direction. I don't think this is the patch. Quite frankly, I don't know if we will ever have the patch that'll make them, make or break it, like we've been talking about in the past. But I like all the different aspects. Like, I like that as a content creator, I can go into AI, try out a build. You feel me? I like the fact that if we want to, and we're trying to just have trolley games, like we've all here done it. It's just like, yo, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go all support YOLO. Let's just do that shit in AI. We got time to kill. We're waiting for one of our buddies to get done with his match. Let's just go into an AI match and troll the fuck around. Only do this. Like stuff that we would normally only do in customs. Like, we've been like, yo, all supports, all mages, YOLO, best one with the best mage build at the end wins. Like, you feel me? Like, just stupid shit like that. I like the fact that you're able to do shit like that. The mastery system definitely gives you an opportunity to grind. It makes you want it. Like, I felt it personally. We talked about it. Fucking Chickens and Bearded both have a master carry. I'm over here like, the best I got is a diamond. I'm like, well, shit, guess I got to play a few more matches and get to a master Murdock. But the feeling is there. You feel me? I'm in there and I'm like, yo, now I gotta grind. I personally find myself playing the game more based off of all these retention features, which tells me that the retention features are working. The hurdle forward is getting the exposure and the consistent growth. But as far as the patch itself, I think that this patch gave us a lot of good things. That again, there's refinement is needed, polishing is needed, but as far as whether this patch gave us positives or negatives, I think this map gave us positives. Are the stacking items currently a little too broken in the game? Absolutely. Do the stacking items need some sort of rework, overlook, changing the value, whatever it may be? They do. But I'm glad as a MOBA player, I have the opportunity to build a stacking item. Where before, the only thing that you could stack was with an aspect. I enjoy the diversity that's entering Fault. Does it need balancing? Of course it will. Every time they're going to introduce a new fucking item, it's going to be broken as shit because it's going to take time to adjust. Not everybody and this is, I don't want to discredit the work that the testing team does, but at the same time, I don't want to take it too easy on them because I know for a fact I might not build like the average tester that's in there. You feel me? I know for a fact that I might try some wacky shit and be like, okay, yeah, those two items are busted together. And there's a million other people out there that are going to do the same thing. And there's going to be flaws that are found once it reaches the masses, right? But I'm glad that those opportunities are not coming to fall. Do they need fixing? Do they need adjusted? Sure. But the direction that they're heading in, the steps that they're taking, I still think are in the right direction. That's how I feel, personally.
Okay.
Now, let me check with y'all real quick. Speaking of some few changes, they did.
Before we get too far, because we were talking about Jar Hearts, right? And
Okay.
Empty asked in chat why everybody's all about this purple situations, right? Because, and the reason my argument for that is, if you look at your aspects, right? Your aspects, yes, your aspects don't have effect with the items you buy, but it kind of gives you an idea of what you are doing with that item, right? If you get purple aspects, right, you're able to, and you put your favor in the purple aspects, you're putting in penetration, right? So the purple items are also, most of the purple items are also giving you penetration, right? If you look at your red items are physical power, most likely, right? And then if you put your favor into your red aspects, you're getting physical power, right? And your green items are health, right? A lot of your green items are giving you armor and health. So that's why a lot of people are kind of like everything that color coding system, right? So if I look at purple, I'm thinking penetration because that's what I put my favor into. I'm getting penetration. So I'm thinking if I'm building a purple item, I'm thinking this is also going to be penetration as well, because that's literally how things go pretty much across the board in that situation. All your white items have CDR. What happens when you put in points into your white favor or your favor into your white aspects? CDR. That's what this system literally goes down to.
Yeah. And it's like I told Empty in the chat. For me, it's just as simple as, hey, if you're going to use a color coded system, make sure that you do it right or don't use a fucking color coded system. It's literally that simple. You either all in or all out. Don't give me, hey, color coded system applies in this scenario, but it doesn't apply in that scenario. No, make up your fucking mind. This goes to strange matter and everything. Either commit to the color coded system or stop doing the color coded system.
Right.
Because it doesn't make sense that some items might go perfectly aligned with what you just said, Bearded. Like, oh, purple gives you pen, red gives you power. But then there might be that one item in there that doesn't fit those norms. And that one item is the excuse that nothing has to make sense. No, bro, that just means there's an item out of place, quite frankly. Change my mind. Or they just need to get rid of the whole system.
Yes. Now that the change of Jar Hearts, I just think it needs to be a red item.
It'd make more sense. As far as the rest of their item system, it would make more sense for sure. Now they do mention on here. No, you're good. They mentioned on here yesterday, a few weeks ago, showed off Gate Scrolls updated art, and we can't believe what an incredible transformation it got. So let's show some more goodies. Here's a refined art for Doombringer rifle.
I love it.
Do you have an item you'd like to see next?
Amazing. It
looks so good.
All right, that gate scroll was either or. Like you could either like it, you could either hate it, or you just like in neutral. And I think a lot of people were just neutral. Like it was not needed, was okay, whatever. It wasn't bad art. I'm not saying the art, the change was bad or anything like that. It still looked great, but it just wasn't anything crazy. This one stands out. Like you can see the 3D difference with it. You can like the glow on it, like everything. Oh my God, beautiful. I saw this and I was at work. I'm sitting there showing this to people, but look at this. Look at this. This is a game I play. This is fucking amazing. I love this art.
Yeah, that rifle looks like it brings Doom now.
Yeah. This is the difference between one of Windu's thumbnails like 3 months ago and one of his thumbnails now.
I hate him. I fucking hate him. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. But why you gotta point out my how bad I was 3 months ago, right? Like
no, it's not. They didn't really change that much. They just did like work with lighting and stuff, and it just makes a huge difference, an amazing difference. It does look much better.
They brought it from being like a drawing to being like a CG image, something actual, like tangible, something it looks like you could go pick up.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what basically it was. Lighting, it's lighting, shadow, color palette, because the color contrast isn't as high. Like you can tell here that the blacks got changed into silvers, the red got changed into like this, like this clay color, so to speak. So they definitely changed quite a bit of it, but it is little simple things that make the difference when it comes to visuals. He's got his kid there. That's so cute.
Crazy. I was like, am I hearing a child?
But yeah, for me, I definitely wish there was a little bit more contrast to it, but overall, I like how much of a 3D image they were able to make out of it by adding lighting and shadows and stuff like that, for sure. Now, are they going to do this with all the items?
Yeah.
Like, is that been confirmed, or are we just under that assumption, right?
I think they said that a long time ago.
All right.
They were planning.
I've been told that if it's not announcements, it's not confirmed, but I was told by Art Bang himself in my stream that this is going to be done to all items. Okay. And Art Bang is the artist himself. I'm going with it. It wasn't announcements, but I'm going with it. It's going to be done to all items. Yes. And they ask you, what item do you want to see next? I think they're trying to get a poll going in a sense of people, not necessarily a poll, but like whoever comments the most commented item, and then that one's probably going to be the next one.
Yeah, that's a cool part. Trying to incorporate some engagement.
Items came out, like the art came out for these items that they originally say these were going to be placeholder art until they came out with better 3D models.
Yes.
Yeah, they did. I don't know why. I just wasn't thinking of a 3D drawing. You feel me? I thought they were going to go into like Unreal or whatever, create the item 3D with shadows and shit, and then just take a picture of it and use that screenshot like they do with the character models or whatever.
That would be too much work. Holy shit.
That's why I thought, I was like, hey, man, that might be some shit they're going to do hella down the road, but I guess it's going to set them apart. Right.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I'm okay with updated items. I got no issue with it. Now, since the item art are getting updated, maybe there's a possibility that you'll see some items changing categories, going from red to blue or blue to green. You feel me? Maybe they're changing shit around.
When Jar Hearts does get its update, maybe it will be red.
Who knows? Who knows for sure? But I'll tell you what.
The best way to find out is everybody go vote Jar Hearts, get that one voted for, get that change, and then we'll see what happens.
Just change it now, bro, before we go crazy. Right? Now, let me ask you guys. So you're all going to be participating in this free weekend, at least to some extent, right?
Correct.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mangus already has been.
Has he? Has he already been playing?
He's already been playing today. He said that.
Yeah.
What a guy. I hate you. I'm jealous. So let me ask you guys, as content creators, what can content creators do to help the free-to-play weekend?
Shout from the rooftops to all your friends. Yeah. Go play Fault. It's free. There's no reason not to.
Well, there's places that we network, right? We're content creators. The way we've become on the platform that we're on, we've networked somewhere, whether that be Twitter, whether that be Instagram, whether that be Discord, whether that be, your mom's basement. I don't know. You network somewhere. You go to those places. Let people know this is happening. I've already reached out to my people that they've been wanting to try this game, but they're not ready to put $20 on it. I've already let them know this is the weekend. Here it comes, and we'll see what happens. I've already you gotta, and then stream it. Let them know, like literally make it your title in the game. Like when you're like streaming or whatever you're doing, if you're making YouTube videos, free weekend, and then put the dates, whatever you're doing, you advertise it. That's what you're doing in this situation, is you're being free advertisement in a sense.
True. Anything you want to add there, Magnus? They pretty much summed it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that I want Strange Matters to kind of just pay attention to this weekend too is how powerful getting content creators involved with an incentive can be. Because like, for example, like this free to play weekend and loot drops, that is more incentivized towards partners, right? There's a limited amount of partners. Even, if every single partner went like 100% on advertising, that's only a certain network that you're going to reach, right? So I would encourage them to just take advantage of both normal gamers and content creators provide some sort of incentive, like the Twitch loot drop. That would have been huge incentive if they had at least over a week of advertising on that. You get me? There'll probably be a lot more people not only supporting on Twitch, but supporting in game to try all those rewards that they're getting. You follow? Instead of just doing it 2 to 3 days before. So I still strongly believe that this event this weekend is a stepping stone trial. Like 100%. I believe this is a stepping stone trial that is probably going to lead to a bigger event or a more refined event. Because I think they'd be ignorant if they didn't learn from it, first of all. But I think they haven't drawn all their cards. Are you laughing at the t-shirt comment?
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I can't with you, bro.
Man,
I don't.
Jake brings all the boys to the yard.
I can't. I can't with you guys, bro.
They're like, it's better than yours.
I cannot. I cannot with you guys.
And then Ryan Red saw it, so I think it's going to be promoted later on, guys. Ryan Red's already seen it. He's probably in the works of trying to get it figured out.
He said official event confirmed.
No.
Ryan said challenge accepted. He's going to be in the panel when we do it. Confirmed.
He's gonna be in the panel.
Come on, Ryan.
Confirmed.
Come on.
Oh no. Oh no.
I can't.
All right.
So
Let's do a
is-
wet
go.
beard contest.
So let's do this. Is there anything that you guys I can't. Is there anything that you guys want to say? Let's do the Strange Matters first and then the community. What would you guys say to Strange Matters witnessing patch 14 and here at the beginning of the weekend? Chickens?
Keep up the good work. You guys are working hard and it shows. And I'm really looking forward to watching your game succeed. I'm that confident. I believe that Fault is going to succeed 100% after patch 14. And I am looking forward to watching it happen and being there right along with them.
Interesting.
More.
Bold
I
words.
want more. I want more free weekends. That's what I have to say. More free weekends in the future.
How far in the future? Could you elaborate? Like, would you be okay with like,
Every month is a free weekend.
okay, like at least once a month?
Once
Okay.
a month, let's get a free weekend. Let's get some people into this game.
Dude, twice a month. Even.
Let's do free weeks.
Yeah, free weeks. How about just free to play? Just go free to play.
Yes.
That's right.
You know, they easily could do something like that. Start off with free weekends, and then after a month or two, be like, yo, first week of the month, every month is going to be free. Or some random shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of ramping it up. Just an idea. And Bearded?
It's just going to turn in you have one paid week a month.
So before I even say what I want to say, Art Bang is now in chat. Art Bang, we just went over the Doomsbringer rifle. Great fucking job. It's amazing. I love it. All right. Keep up the great work.
Yes,
All right.
bro. Great job. Great job.
It does look really good. Yeah, it looks really
So
good.
what do I would say to SMS? Push hard on this optimization. It's hurting a lot of the player base. So get that taken care of. I know you're working on it, and just keep up the push. But then other than that, like Mangu said, like these free weekends are going to be what we do. I can't wait to see the Ryan Reds here in chat. I know he's working on some marketing scheme and things we're going to be doing and whatever. I can't wait to see what we do. This is where we start pushing forward for that free to play, and it's going to be interesting to see how it works and to see the fruits of the labor from there on. So keep up the great work and keep pushing.
Yeah, I would personally tell Strange Matters, you're doing a good job. Don't be afraid to be a little bit more confident. Like as far as marketing, as far as talking about their feats, as far as, like, for example, the Twitch drops. Like I know for a fact that Twitch drops and, you know, price reduction on Steam, that had to have been planned a good amount of time in advance. I would strongly suggest them to do a minimum of 2 weeks notice and start advertising, because there's plenty of people that could have started taking advantage of the free to play today that aren't able to because they're working, or they weren't able to request off work because they didn't know what time the free to play weekend started until like the day of. You feel me? Unless you're just calling off of work last minute, you already had shit planned, whether it was work, personal life, or whatever. So I definitely would just like a little bit more precision as far as that execution, as far as communicating it to people, because all this stuff was already planned out ahead of time. Definitely just want a little bit more clarity in advance. But good job regardless. Like I was saying, like I think that everything that this patch has brought is good. As much work as some areas might need, I do think that this patch has brought more good than anything. At the end of the day, we just need a little bit more in advance. I think would do a huge service for this game as far as everything. Now, chickens, what would you say to the community?
Hold on. Ryan Red says in chat, if you're enjoying the game, tell a friend. We have a lot of big things on the way. And don't forget to leave a comment on Steam.
Leave a review.
Review on Steam, sorry.
And he did say right below that, also expect another bug fix patch to roll out soon.
All right.
Man, I was actually just going to rip off Ryan Red and say that because I saw it written there.
Nah, bro. Yes.
The game.
Oh, think about Ryan.
Ryan's going to eat folks. Fucking cannibal.
Oh,
I can't, bro. So, chickens, what would you say to the community as we log off here so we can go into streaming and gaming and everything?
Ice shit.
Yeah, be nice. Be nice to the new players. You know, for specifically for the Fault community right now, if you actually like this game and you want it to succeed, be nice to the new players. At least for the first few matches. When they're not after 3 matches, they're not new anymore. Then it's just like, come on, figure it out.
Fucking figured 8.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I literally been sitting I've been sitting, but every now and then through today, I was in Gen Chat, and I could see you could tell they were new people, but they come in and asking questions in Gen Chat. Hey, what's this? What's that? Whatever. And before a mod could answer, you have 3 to 4, what do you want to call them?
Community members, but they've been here. They've been here for a while. You know, not I wouldn't call them OGs, but ones that've been here for a while, giving them shit about the question. It's like that. You're just being toxic to these people. Like literally, you guys were the ones.
How are they giving them shit? Like, could you give us an example if you don't mind?
I would have to go back and look. It's pretty much like come and ask, hey, how do I do this? And then they give you a bullshit answer. They're, instead of actually being
like they troll them or flame them for asking or something like that.
Right. A bunch of trolls. And it's like,
how do you
it's
open the item shop? You type item shop in the chat.
They come and ask, well, how do we, what do we do with this optimization? Oh, patch 14. The patch 14.2 is already on the website. Go check it out. They're telling me to go to the website to check patch 14.2. It's not out yet. Literally, that was what's going on in chat today. I'm like, why are we trolling right now? Like, you people 3 weeks ago were just bitching because the player base is so small. But now when we got new people coming in here, you just instantly troll them. Like, get over it, guys.
I would be way more of a tyrant. Change my mind. There are some people that should not be allowed to chat in game or in Discord anywhere ever. Like, hey, I'll let you look all you want, but
the mod should have taken care of it, in my opinion. The mod should have been like, hey, the next time I see it, like, you boom. Anybody trolls again, any new people, you're done.
Yeah, this is a pretty active weekend. Like, it definitely is something that staff should be like on their toes 24/7 because it is such an active weekend, right? But yikes, bro. Like,
if you feel attacked, then that's on you. That's I'm just saying. If you feel attacked, that's on you.
But yeah, bro, I'll be real with you. That's gotta be like the definition of ignorance. Wanting a bigger player base, and as soon as new players come in, they troll them, flame them, BM them. It's just like, bro, do me a favor. Just go back to chewing glue and stop typing. Let the new players ask a question, please. Like, low key, it's just like, yo, come on. But yeah, anything you guys want to
A
add?
new trailer. This is actually a combination of the trailers of the hero release trailers they've had along the way. They've kind of like
Yes.
stitched them together. It's pretty cool. The only one that's missing is the Morgesh and Richter one, the winter ones, because obviously that wouldn't mesh well with all the non-snow ones. So we tried to force play to become tyrant. Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyways, so the community, what I would say the community is what I just said, quit being, trolls to the new people. But also, if you see a new person is struggling, help them out. Like in game,
sure.
in Gen Chat, on Facebook, on Twitter, or whatever. If anybody comes on these questions, hey, I'm having a hard time. I've had questions come up. Hey, I'm having a hard time finding an AI match. All right. Well, you shouldn't have a hard time finding an AI match because you can easily just do AI solo, right? And you and your teammate, if me and Windu want to go do AI, we can do AI solo, and we can literally find a match. We just instantly go right into a match, right? But
now, that's something I was confused about right away was when it says AI co-op, I thought I couldn't do AI solo unless I was alone in my party.
No.
Yeah, that's a big misunderstanding. That needs to be clearer somewhere in the game.
Yep. So AI solo is going to be you and whoever's in your party going against all AI. So if you have 3 people in your party, or you and 2 other people, you're going to get 2 AI teammates versus 5 AI members, right? If you do AI co-op, you're going to get, you have 2 people in your party plus you're going to have you and then 2 other actual people on your team versus AI bots. That's the difference between that. Right. So that's why when people are coming, I saw people ask, hey, we can't find an AI match in co-op, whatever. You got to go put it in solo. That's I'm helping people. Like I see that, I answer that question, whether it be on Facebook, or whether it be on Twitter, wherever I see that question, I try to help out and answer. I'm not a mod, but I try to help out. Do you can help the team out.
Yeah. And it's also worth mentioning that us as a community, we're going to get the same fucking question over and over and over. Like, you feel me? Somebody that comes in and asks you a question, it's the first time they've asked it, even though it's 100th time you've answered it. The people do respond to how you say shit. Don't be annoyed at them. Don't act like, oh my God, here was another fucking person asking the same damn question. Just answer the question, be polite about it, let them know you're here to help, keep going. Because at the end of the day, if you're complaining that the game isn't growing, but you're somebody that's pushing people away, I'm gonna need you to favor and just cut that wire behind your keyboard and come back after the weekend, please. Because at this point, like
the new keyboard.
Yeah, I mean, sure, whatever. but yeah, man, like I'm telling you, bro, like and that's where I understand why Strange Matters is being so lenient. But if it were my company and people are coming in and there's experienced members that are pushing people away, bro, I'd rather get rid of 3 veterans and bring in 100 new players. Change my mind.
Oh no, 100%. Art Bang does say save his piece to the community is save a life, place a word.
Save a life, place a word. Lamau. All right, guys. So anything else you guys want to add before we crash?
No, I'm good.
Goose?
Nope. No, Chickens actually summed it up for me. Exactly what he said. So
I feel like Mangus has said that 5 times this partner panel. Somebody count and leave a comment below, bro.
I said it twice.
I feel like it's been 5 times, bro.
Stick around. We're gonna end this here so we can keep it as the partner panel and transfer it over to YouTube and also the podcast, iTunes, Google Podcast, and Spotify. But stick around because I will be going live right away to pick up and get some gameplay in.
Wait,
For sure.
real quick. If you ever want to win an SMS contest, just take a picture of your cat. They love cats.
The more
Cats.
the merrier.
I can't, bro. Y'all are too much.
The most cats. That cracked me up so fucking bad.
All right, homies. Much love. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching up to this far. If you are watching this after the fact, whether it be YouTube, podcast form, whichever it may be, leave a GG down below as usual. And yeah, like Bearded said, we're all about to get some gaming. Hopefully we can get some footage out there after the fact. But everybody that's been here so far, we appreciate you guys. Peace.
Definitely. Peace.
Peace.